What's up, Cadetskis? It's your girl, Kid Cadet, and I'm back with another story time. This story time is about a very, I'm trying to think of a good adjective to describe it, a unique tattoo that I have. Now, I've definitely collected a couple tattoos over the past however many years of my life that I've been legally able to do so. But this is about a very particular one that I got maybe when I was 23 or 24 years old. I've always been a big fan of comedians, and I have another separate story time that I'll get into about actually trying to do stand-up comedy. Didn't go so great. But I've always really enjoyed comedians and getting to go to the improv and see them perform live. Back in about 2006, I believe it was, I went to visit one of my good friends that lives on the West Coast. And when I was out there, we were listening to some comedy albums, and this one guy came on. And I've always been a fan of comedians that are really good at impressions. And this comedian was just like nailing all these impressions, everything from like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He did a really good Arnold. He did a really good movie phone guy. Maybe you guys know who I'm talking about. It is Pablo Francisco. So I was listening to this album, and I was literally like, my sides were hurting from laughing so hard. He is really funny. If you guys haven't heard any of his comedy specials, for sure, go check him out. I think he used to be on Mad TV, but I was always more of an SNL girl, so just saying. So I listened to this album, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, my goal, I have to see this guy at the Hard Rock. They recently got rid of the Improv by me, which is a huge bummer because they had to build another hotel, but whatever, like, make your money. So fast forward a couple years later, you know, I hadn't really been like thinking about Pablo on like a day-to-day thing, but I had gotten this email that Pablo tickets were 2 for 1, and I was like, oh my God, Pablo Francisco, yes, like I have to go see him live. So my boyfriend and I at the time, we went down to the Improv, and the show was everything. It was so good. It was all new material that I hadn't heard before, minus like the little tortilla boy, which I guess he always ends with. But better than ever. Like, Pablo was on fire. So after the show, we kind of stuck around and got to talk to him, and he was so nice to us and all of his other fans. And we had told him that maybe we're considering doing stand-up in the future. So he invited us for the rest of his dates in South Florida, so that would be Fort Lauderdale and Miami, to technically, like, intro for him, which meant we would be the people that would be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hollywood Improv. It's Wednesday night. How you guys feeling? It's, you know, Wednesday night, whatever. So we got to do that for a couple of his shows, even though I think it was like a Saturday and Sunday show. So I would say he, by the end of the weekend, had definitely become at least an acquaintance of ours. So when I say like opening, I just meant like we were in a little booth like introing for him. It's not like we were up on stage or anything crazy like that, but Pablo did tour a lot. So there was one night when, and guys, like this is the reason why I don't drink. It takes like literally nothing for me to go from like 0 to like woo. Like, I mean, I'm always pretty like woo. So like when I'm drinking, I'm like woo extra. So I had like 1.5 Midori sours or whatever I was drinking at that time. And after the show, I was like, I have a crazy idea. So when Pablo was waiting out in the lobby to meet everybody after the show, I went up to him and I was like, oh my God, another great show. Hey, Pablo, so I have this Sharpie. How would you feel about signing me? And he looked at me and he's like, signing you where? And I was like, oh my God, just sign me like on my side. It'd be so cool. Like, let's just do it. Party. So of course he goes and he signs me. And like, it wasn't this tiny signature either. He signed me like like you could see it from across the room. He signed it like pretty much on my entire side. So, so after the fact, my boyfriend and I at the time, I'm like, listen, he just signed me. Wouldn't it be so cool? Like, and he would absolutely love it. I should just make this permanent. Like, let's go right now. I'm going to tattoo this thing on my body. For real. And he's like, yeah, great idea. Like, you don't make bad decisions. So we drive down to the tattoo parlor, and I show the guy, and I'm like, hey, I want this permanent. Just Pablo Francisco, he's amazing. I'm going to love him forever. Just put it on my body. Do it now. So the tattoo artist is like, all right, you're paying me. Like, if that's what you want, you can have it. So he tattooed it on me, and it was, yeah, like I said, it's a pretty big tattoo. It didn't take too long, but, ribs are a very painful spot. If you don't have your ribs tattooed, it hurts. It's not fun. So Pablo still had a couple shows that weekend, and I was like, oh my God, after I did this, now my adrenaline's wearing off a little bit, but I'm still like hyped. I'm like, yeah, like cool, I'm so neat. I have a Pablo Francisco tattoo. So I believe it was the next night we go back to do the intros for him again, and I'm like, you want to see something? You want to see what I did? And he, of course, is like, sure, what'd you do? And I'm like, remember last night you signed me? Well, it's permanent now. And of course, he took a minute and I'm like, what? And I'm like, check it out. There you are. Pablo Francisco tattoo. That's me. I'm the girl with the Pablo Francisco tattoo. I have to say, I'm probably the only person in the entire galaxy that actually has one. If there's any others of you, feel free to contact me. Maybe we can meet up someday and discuss our Pablo stories. So of course he sees it and he's like, oh yeah, that's for real. That's for real. I'm like, yeah. So I did it. Yay for me. At the end of the day, I do think he thought it was pretty cool, but as time progressed and we went to go see him more and more at the Improv, we definitely became friends. So it's different now. Like, it was a cool experience. I'm glad that I did it. I'm not the type of person that gets tattoos and like regrets it, even though I do have a couple cover-ups, but once again, that's a totally different story. But it is interesting now. They say, I guess, not to tattoo a man's name on your body or your significant other's name on your body, but I didn't know if that counted for like somebody that I wasn't in a relationship with. So as time has kind of progressed, he hasn't been touring as much as he used to, but every time I see him, it's still really cool. I'm sure I'm someone that like he'll remember for the rest of his life. And hey, I mean, it's a story, and I'm glad that now I get to share this story with all of you. Once again, please make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Listen, guys, I'm just saying that because I'm giving you the option to give me a thumbs down. Maybe you don't like Pablo, maybe you don't like tattoos, maybe you don't like my hair, whatever. Don't give me a thumbs down because you like the video. Like, that defeats the purpose. Make sure to also leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm curious if you guys have ever gotten a tattoo of a signature from a celebrity, comedian, whoever really. And I will see you guys in my next video.